Welcome to the Security Guard Show with Shep and Pitt, where we share stories about our experiences in the security industry and provide tips that might help you in your career as a security professional. This show is sponsored by Enterprise Security Consulting and Training Incorporated. And now, let's start the show. Hey, welcome to the Security Guard Show. I am Shep, and the guy over there is Pitt. And here we are. Let me put up our graphic. The Security Guard Show is sponsored by Enterprise Security Consulting and Training Incorporated, which where we work, and we provide investigations, consulting, security services, and training. So check out our website, www.esctroc.com. Also, what was I about to say? I was about to say something else.
What we do? Some of the things we do here?
That's not what we do.
Oh.
We do training, we do consulting, we do investigations.
Okay. I thought you were going to go into what type of training.
Oh, we do security guard training. And we do first aid, CPR, AED, you know, and we're getting into some other.
In the words from a very, very famous movie, anything you want.
No. I just thought about what you talk about.
Well, I mean, it can be whatever I'm talking about. Anything you want in this field.
Right.
Not anything you want.
Make sure you click like and subscribe. You know, hit that bell on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to us on Facebook and other social media. So today, our topic is a little different than other stuff we talked about. Our topic is when we push too hard. So somebody's probably wondering, well, Shep, what you talking about? What do you mean when we push too hard? Sometimes in security, we tend to push people. And I don't mean just physically, because we do push people sometimes physically. Especially if they push one of us. Push me, I'm pushing you back, right? But I want it's the topic really is a double entendre, and so it's two meanings to this. And the first is what happens when we push people? What happens when we give direction, and sometimes folks aren't necessarily compliant, but sometimes we go above and beyond. We might, as somebody might say, y'all doing too much, right? So what that looks like. And then the other part of that is, for me, what happens when we push ourselves a little bit too hard or a little bit too much? What's the consequences of that? So we want to make sure that we touch on these two topics, or this one topic in these two different iterations. But also, we would love to have your comments. So if you just give me a moment, I'm going to pull up my Facebook Live so that I can follow some of the comments that may be coming through, because we always tend to miss the comments because we don't see them until we go back and look at the show. So Pitt, what's your thoughts on?
I will say this: anytime you work with people, when you work with a multitude of people, you're working with multitudes of personalities.
Right.
And the first thing that you should always do every day is self-check before you even go and deal with somebody. Make sure that you're in a mood or in a space where you can deal with somebody, because it could absolutely be detrimental to your employment.
Right.
And your health.
But so there are some people working security today who they don't have any control in their lives other than when they're working security.
And that'll show.
And what I mean, you got people, maybe at home they're being bullied or bossed around. So they come to the job, and this is where they are able to
bully and boss
people around. And so you find it sometimes they just be doing too much.
But see, then that still goes back to what I'm talking about, because that's happening at home. A self-check would maybe not make you go into work like that. But
Right.
you leave that environment and do the same thing in your work environment.
Yeah.
Because you're not cognizant of you and how you are and how you're going into work.
Right. And so, one of the consequences that I would say is you lose the respect of the people that you have to deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
So here we're out here. We're the people who are charged with keeping people safe and getting them to follow instructions and follow, to stay within the rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, whatever the case may be. And if you don't have the respect of those people, then how can you effectively do your job? So I think that sometimes we have security guards out here, well, dun dun dun, big bag security, so I should be able to do this and should be able to do that. No, you still got to treat people with a modicum of respect, right? But no, here I am. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna save the day. I'm a superhero, So I'll give you. I don't know if I told this story before since we've been doing the podcast, but I had a situation where I was parked in front of a what would I call it? A municipal building. And my wife had to go into a bank, which was directly across the street. And so I was parked in front of this very large door with a no parking sign on it, right? And okay, I get it, no parking, because if somebody comes out this door, they need to be able to get out and go where they're going, whatever the case may be. I get it, but I'm sitting in the car. So a security guard comes out and says to me, you need to move your car. No parking. So my first thought is, the way you approach me, I need to move my car because I can't park here. The way you brought that to me, I'm feeling some kind of way.
I'd have been like, okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the window back up. And I'm going to put it down, and we're going to start this all over again and see if you can talk to me like you should.
So I was there, right? I was there. So I said, look, man, my wife went in the bank. She coming right out, and I'm going to be moving. Well, you can't park here. You got to move your car. Really? Well, like I told you, she went in the bank. She coming right out. If somebody come out this door, I can see them. I will move my car then. No, you need to move your car now or you're going to be towed. So that's when I did what you said. I put my window up, right? Because now he pushing me too hard, right? So I put my window up and said, go about your business. This is just me. I kind of felt bad doing it at first because, hey, I'm in security too. But you can't come and just disrespect me and expect me to follow your rules.
It was a teachable moment.
That's
why I would put the window up and then brought it back down. Teachable moment.
Well, so let's talk about the teachable moment, because he didn't get it. Even though I didn't do it like you said, right? He didn't get it. So he went in back in the building, and he got this lady, who's, I won't say she was larger than life, but she was, a good size. And she comes out and she says to me, you need to move your car. I rolled my window down because this was in the winter, right? So I rolled my window down and I'm thinking, okay, here she come. So I rolled my window down just a little bit. You need to move your car or you're going to be towed. Really? Like I told your homeboy, my wife is in the bank, and when she come out, I'm going to move my car. Goodbye. So I put my window back up, right? So she stands in front of my car like she's taking my license plate. Now, this is what I tell people all the time. Never put yourself in the challenged position, right? Which means don't make a threat that you can't enforce. She's telling me I'm going to be towed. Ain't nobody going to tow my car with me sitting there at the steering wheel. If you think I would let them, you must be crazy, right? So she's standing in front of my car like she's taking my license plate. And, I guess that was supposed to intimidate me. That was supposed to put a little fear in me.
Put the window down. Make sure you get the numbers right.
See, that's you. You would have did that.
Yeah, sure.
You would have did that. But here I am. I got the window. I still got the window up. And I'm thinking, I wish somebody would come and tell me, they going to tow my car. But also, again, like I said, it was unenforceable because, like I said, my wife was in the bank. I'm going to be gone by the time you call your tow truck and they get here. So it's not realistic that you actually calling the police on me or whoever, to make me move. So then she goes back inside the building and this other guy comes out. Well, he obviously didn't seem as though he might have been a person who worked security, but he probably was maintenance or somebody or whatever. So he comes out. He says to me, he says, "Hey, how you doing, sir? They saying you got to move your car." And I'm like, well, I told both of them other two people that my wife is in the bank. And as soon as she come out, I'm going to move my car. I'm sitting right here in my car. He said, you going to be sitting here in the car? I said, yeah. He said, is she right in the bank? I said, yeah. He said, okay, thank you. Take care. And he walked away. Right? Moral of the story. Don't push so hard. Right? It wasn't necessary. Thank you, Bishop Phipps. My bishop says larger than life was good. So I'm saying there was no need for them to come out so hard on me for a parking. Right? I can see if I got out of the car, right? But you finna push back on me that hard over a parking space that I'm sitting in. I'm sitting in my car. So this is what I mean when people push too hard. Sometimes we go overboard because we got a little bit of authority. We got to realize you can't do that.
I tell you when I realized, because I had a situation similar to that, when I realized that I was actually growing as an individual.
Okay, I almost know where this is going. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was doing the parking lot for a store, so that it had no exterior windows. So I would make sure people would get to their car safely. So nobody was allowed in lot. So I had a guy come through in a truck, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, you can't be in this parking lot. I got employees coming in and out." And he looked at me, and he said, "I'm on the phone." And he went back to talking on the phone. And I was like, "Okay," because in my mind I was going to pull him out of the car, and we were going to have a different conversation. But I got out.
Over a parking space?
No. He was just in the parking lot. Oh. So, honestly, I don't know if he's there looking for somebody. I don't know if he's there to shoot his ex-wife. I don't know what he's there for. That's why he couldn't be in the parking lot. So I got out, and I said, "That's ridiculous." I just went to the back of the truck, started writing down the number, came back. I said, "Now what's going to happen is I'm going to get back in the truck and call the police. Because I don't know who you are, and you're here at this spot. So when I call them, I'm going to tell them that. So even if you leave, they're going to be looking for this plate number because I don't know if you're a threat or not. Or you can just leave." And he left, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Couldn't pat myself on the back because I'm not that flexible. I wasn't that flexible then, but that's when I realized that I was growing as an individual, and there's just better ways to do things.
Well, it's a reflection of a person's character, right? So, if you're gonna take the job to the next level, to the point where you I have to enforce everything. I am the enforcer. That's a person with low character, in my opinion, or at minimum low self-esteem. Right? If you know who you are and you know what you do and you do it well, then you're going to take time to walk situations through. And one of the reasons I kind of touch on this is because a lot of people find themselves in physical altercations because they feel like they have to be the enforcer. Listen, the truth of the matter is I was there at one point.
I was there.
We back in, we talked about, we threw somebody out of a club, or out of a venue. Hey, we dare you to jump up. We throwing you out. This is what we do. But you do evolve, you do grow, right? And what we encourage folks to do is, like you said, work on yourself. Make sure you do that self-check. And then sometime after some of the situations that you find yourself involved in, Go back and play that back and see if there's anything you could have done different.
That's self-development.
Yeah.
Self-assessment, self-development are all wonderful tools when you're growing up.
Right. People think sometimes, I say this in all of our security guard classes. Job knowledge is a personal function of a security guard. So if you meet anybody on this job, now Pitt and I have been in this business collectively 70 something years. Okay? We know a whole lot of different things, right? But in our experience, we don't know everything. You're going to run into somebody who say they know everything there is to know about the security business.
They are lying.
Them people will get you hurt, killed, sued, or put in jail. Security
or
is
all of the
all the above, right? Security is one of the fastest growing service industries in the world. That means it's ever changing. It's very fluid. And so we have to take time to know what we don't know. And sometimes that means we have to take time to know who we are.
Also means
you got to hear, you got to listen too. You got to take some time to listen. So, we're going to, golly, Pitt, we 17 minutes in already.
Wow.
I'd say we 15 minutes in because we did the intro thing for a few minutes, few seconds anyway, before we started. But, dang, we really into this thing. So we're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear, we're going to talk a little bit about our virtual training, which we do still offer. But stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At Enterprise Security Consulting and Training, we are doing our part to help you stay safe during this global pandemic caused by the coronavirus. We are now offering virtual security guard training, which will allow you to take our classes from the comfort of your own home. For more information about any of our security guard training classes, go to our website at www.esctroc.com or call us at 585-484-7745. Enterprise Security Consulting and Training.
Hey, we're back. Welcome to the Security Guard Show with Shep and Pitt. And make sure you click like and subscribe on Facebook and on YouTube. So we are talking about what happens when we push too hard, and we were talking about security guards who really kind of overstep their authority or try to take their authority to the next level, and
for no reason.
For no reason other than to satisfy their own ego. But the other part is, and I said this was a double entendre. The other thing I wanted to address about when we push too hard is that many of us in this industry, I don't think we take care of ourselves enough.
No. Absolutely don't.
We don't take care of our body. We put a lot of wear and tear on our bodies.
I'm better at it now, but back in the day, just not even aware of just the stress, the day in and the day out stress. One of the things I learned in some of my training is that your body produces certain chemicals when you're stressed out, and then it takes a couple weeks for all those chemicals to dissipate inside your body.
Right.
But if you're getting stressed out, those you keep, and your body can't process it, and that's why they say stress is a silent killer. And that's one of the reasons. Your body's made up of a lot of chemicals. And when it's dumping those chemicals in it and you don't self-check, decompress, relax, or exercise or something, get rid of all this stuff, and it builds up and it starts affecting other tissues. That's a fact.
It is a fact. And this is why I want to touch on it, because, some of us, we're working, 2, 3, 4 security jobs, and we're pushing ourselves to, past our what our body is really willing to do. And I'm always trying to tell Pitt these days, slow down, bro, you're doing too much. He won't listen though. Slow down, bro, you're doing too much. But anyway, no, and I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why I want to touch on it, because I felt this week. Just doing so much. We have a 4-pronged business here, and then I have other things outside of this, and the church, and family and my job and all sorts of things. And I just kind of felt run down, and I said, well, I really need to, hey, take a moment to step back. Because let me tell you something. When you push too hard, when you push your body too hard, there is something that happens. Your body will push back, I believe, and it will tell you, okay, I quit.
Yeah, mine. I don't get like sick, but I'll just get run down. My body is like, okay, so we're counting down now, and I'm just going to stop at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna be able to do it. I've had times where I couldn't get out of bed.
Wow.
It didn't hurt or anything, just absolutely tired. And my body
Yep.
was like, stay down.
Yep.
And that's why I stay down.
I went home from church this past Sunday, and I stayed on the couch all evening. I mean, just because I had been pushing, trying to do this, trying to get this done, trying to get that done. And, a lot of us, and I get, some of us, it is what it is because, we got to make ends meet, or for some of us, we just can't sit still. We got to be doing something, and I know some of that's my testimony because if I feel like if I'm not doing something, I could be making some money, yeah. Or I could be, there's something productive I could be doing. And so I'm always finding something to do. And so I just want, to touch on, for those of us that are in this industry, we really, really need to take care of ourselves. Make sure we're going to the doctor and getting regular checkups. I'm better about that now than what I used to be. Trying to ensure that, not only am I'm physically fit, but also making sure I'm mentally fit. Sometimes we're dealing with stressors, outside of our work, and we end up bringing that to work with us, and it goes back to what we were talking about, that self-check, and I tell people this all the time. If there's a day and you wake up and you know that whatever you say or whatever you do is going to have a detrimental effect on the way you do your job, or whether you even have a job by the end of the day, that's a day you should probably stay home. I talk about mental health days, and I'm not talking about a day where, you wake up and you got a stomach ache and you call in, and then after you hang up the phone, miraculously you are healed and you're going fishing. No, I'm talking about one of them days where I might lose my job today if I go in. I got to take a mental health day. And so, as security guards, we need to learn to take those days. And I realize that there are a lot of companies out here, you don't get paid sick time, unless you're working for an agency, But for most of us who are private contractors or work in the private contractor industry, you don't get paid sick time.
It's better to lose a day of pay than your job.
Or even your freedom.
Yeah.
Or your life. Remember now, because that
we shoot 'em up culture now.
And you just you said stress is a silent killer.
Oh, that's
right.
Yeah.
And so if I'm going to work and I'm stressed, that could be the day I have a heart attack on my job because I was stressed out about something, and I'm still here trying to do this job, and so you really have to take care of yourself. Don't push yourself past certain limits. Know what your limits are, right? And I'm not talking about, I'm not going to do this round today because I don't feel like it. No, that's your job. But I'm talking specifically, pushing past that envelope where your body has been telling you, it's been giving you the signs that, number one, we ain't going to make it much longer. Number two, you need to seek some help. So listen to your body. When it comes, you did the ear thing a little while ago, and you said you got to learn to listen. And so I think that a number of us that are working in this industry, we fail to listen to our bodies and what our bodies are telling us. And it was in me today to have this conversation, about pushing too hard, because I know a lot of folks who are going hard every day. They're putting in 8 hours at their regular job, then they're going to do 4, and some of them are doing another shift. So you got people who are doing 16-hour days, and because they got to make ends meet or whatever it is, and they're doing what they believe they have to do. But in a lot of cases, we're just pushing it. And I think that it leaves us open to or susceptible to things, violence. It leaves us open to bad emotions, bad feelings, sickness.
Mental health issues.
Yeah, and you can get bodily sick, just eat the wrong food, right? But now you want to add something that's going to lock up your stomach, and stress will do that. And so, again, I just encourage those of us who are in the industry to make sure that, we are taking care of ourselves. Don't push past that limit, or know what your limit is and then don't push past it. Your thoughts?
I agree.
Pitt agrees with me. Wow.
We agree sometimes.
Yeah, we agree sometimes. Most times.
On the bigger things. Definitely on the bigger things.
Yeah, definitely. So again, we want to let you know Enterprise Security Consulting and Training is located at 875 East Main Street, Suite 500. You're welcome to come and see what we do here. You can check out our website at www.esctroc.com, or you can check us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can find us there. We also have a Google business page, and all of our information is out there. And we are here to just impart our information, our experiences with the public.
Bring some knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? And try to help our industry. I talked about last week about don't skip the line, so I ain't gonna go there. But if you're looking for a company that is licensed, bonded, and insured, that is us. We are doing private investigations. Cheating spouse, need some papers delivered, something like that, call us. You can call us at area code 585-484-7745, and we'll be glad to talk with you. We're coming up close on our time, so I'm going to get ready to jump in a few minutes. But also, if you're looking to be trained as a security guard, make sure you reach out to us. We got classes coming up. We got an 8-hour annual class coming up around the end of this month, but the date is on our website. I don't have the date in my mind right now, but certainly the pre-assignment course is coming up in August. We're also going to be doing a 16-hour course for those of you who may be in need of that. Remember, any company you work for should be licensed, bonded, and insured, or it should be a proprietary security guard company. Last words, Pitt? He's got to think about it, y'all.
You know what popped into my head?
Know what?
Hill Street Blues. Let's be careful out there.
Oh, wow. I really didn't watch that show much, but it's funny. I didn't watch that show much, but I started watching NYPD Blue a couple of months ago. I started binge watching it again because I've watched the series, right? So I started binge watching it, and there was something that referred me back to Hill Street Blues. So I started watching it from the first episode, and I got probably 5 or 6 episodes in, and then I kind of lost track. But actually, I didn't know how good that show was, man.
Hill Street Blues was good.
I didn't know how good that show was.
Hill Street Blues, and then Third Watch was good too.
Well, I love Third Watch, but Third Watch came later. You know what I mean? Right. But that Hill Street Blues, I like I said, I just didn't realize how good of a show it was until I started binge watching it. But you know me, I'm watching. I was binge watching The Shield, here recently. But there's Pitt, there's so much content out here. I'll start watching something, take a break, and then start watching something else and forget what it was I was watching before.
And once I get a hold of something, once it holds me, I watch it all the way through.
Generally, that's what I do, but sometimes, I don't know. I'm on a new kick now. It's Saints and Sinners. So I'm on the third season of that show. But we'll have to do a podcast on what television shows we watch and what movies we watch.
And why.
That would be a good idea. But it can't be like Men on Film, though.
No.
You remember that?
Yeah.
From In Living Color?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
No, buddy.
I give that 3 stats up. No, it's not like that. But certainly, that's a good idea though. But you know what? Real quick, one of my favorite shows is
shows. What?
And I tried to get you to watch it. I don't know if you ever got into it. Game of Thrones.
I did get into Game of Thrones, but what happened? I watched it I got halfway through season 6.
Okay.
And then I was watching it because I was working somewhere overnight, and then I stopped working overnight. So I didn't finish. I'm not caught up on that, and I'm not caught up on The Walking Dead because it's the same thing.
That I couldn't get into. The whole zombie apocalypse thing. Just I don't know. Maybe I started to try to watch it, but I don't know. But we even got way off topic. We're supposed to be the security guard show.
We can talk about that when we talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Because
So
Quincy asked me what's the difference between the running zombies and the walking zombies, and I had to let her know what the difference was.
I hope they're not working security.
No. Quincy asked me.
No, I'm just joking. So with that, we're going to get ready to get out of here. So what I tell you is, may the Lord be with you.
And always be safe.
Take care. God bless. We'll be here next week, next Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be on at 7:00 p.m. Take care.